True strength is not in how loud you are, but in how calm you remain when everything around you is chaos. A calm mind sees solutions. A reactive mind sees problems. Train yourself to be the one who thinks instead of panics. Calm is Power is written and published by Audiobook Hub. Introduction. Why do some people stay calm in the most stressful situations while others lose control? What makes certain individuals handle pressure with confidence while others react impulsively? The answer is simple: mastery over the mind. In this book, Calm is Power, train your mind to respond, not react. You will learn how to take full control of your emotions, strengthen your discipline, and develop unshakable patience. You will train your mind to think clearly under pressure, make powerful decisions, and remove emotional weakness. This is not about suppressing emotions. It is about understanding them, managing them, and using them to your advantage. Imagine facing challenges without hesitation. Imagine leading with confidence, staying focused in chaos, and never allowing stress to weaken you. That is the power of mastering your mind. If you have ever felt overwhelmed, frustrated, or controlled by your emotions, this book will help you break free. You will not just learn techniques, you will build a mindset that gives you control over every situation. This is your chance to stop reacting and start responding with strength, clarity, and confidence. The journey begins now. Are you ready? Chapter 1. Control your emotions and take full command now. Calm is Power. It gives you control over your life, your choices, and your future. If you let emotions take over, you give away that power. You lose control of your thoughts, your words, and your actions. And when that happens, you allow the outside world to dictate your life. But the truth is, you don't have to react to everything that happens. You don't have to let emotions drive you. You can train your mind to stay steady, no matter what comes your way. Right now, you might feel like emotions just happen to you, like anger, frustration, or sadness take over before you even realize it. But emotions don't control you. They only have as much power as you give them. And the good news is, you can take that power back. You can decide how you respond. You can learn to keep your mind calm, even in the most difficult moments. The first step is awareness. Pay attention to how emotions rise in you. Notice how anger builds, how frustration tightens your chest, how anxiety makes your thoughts race. Recognize those feelings as they come, but don't let them take control. When you feel anger, pause. When frustration kicks in, take a deep breath. When anxiety creeps up, slow down. The moment you become aware of your emotions, you put yourself in charge. Most people don't do this. They let emotions pull them in every direction. They react without thinking. Someone says something rude, and they snap back. Something doesn't go their way, and they start complaining. They let every little thing affect them. And what happens? They live in a constant state of stress and frustration. They let emotions dictate their decisions, and they suffer for it. But that doesn't have to be you. You can break free from this cycle. You can train yourself to stay calm. Every time you feel emotions rising, remind yourself you are in control. No one else. Not the person who insulted you. Not the situation that didn't go your way. Not the unexpected problem that showed up today. You decide how you respond. And when you stay calm, you stay powerful. Think about the strongest people in history. The ones who made real change, who led others, who built something great. Were they the ones who lost their temper? Were they the ones who let frustration dictate their choices? No, they were the ones who kept their minds steady, who stayed clear-headed in tough moments. who refuse to let emotions pull them in the wrong direction. This is what you must do. And it starts with one simple decision: to control yourself, no matter what. That means when someone tries to push your buttons, you don't let them. When something unexpected happens, you don't panic. When things don't go as planned, you don't get frustrated. You take a deep breath. You stay focused. You think clearly, and then you decide what to do next. Some people might think staying calm means being weak, that if you don't react right away, you're letting people walk over you. But that's not true. Staying calm is the ultimate strength, because it means you control yourself. It means you don't let the outside world decide how you feel. It means you don't waste energy on things that don't matter. It means you stay focused on what's important. And when you do this, something powerful happens. You start making better decisions. You start seeing things more clearly. You start feeling stronger, more confident, more in control. And instead of reacting to every little thing, you start responding with wisdom and purpose. But this isn't just about handling problems. It's about shaping your entire life. Because if you can control your emotions, you can control your future. Think about it. How many people have ruined relationships, careers, and opportunities because they let emotions take over? How many people have said or done something in a moment of anger that they later regretted? How many people have let frustration make them give up on something important? Don't be one of those people. Decide right now that you will be in control, that no matter what happens, you will keep your mind steady, that no person, no situation, no challenge will take your power away. Because once you master this, nothing can shake you, no insult can break you, no setback can stop you, no unexpected problem can throw you off course. You will be unshakable, and that's when you start winning. That's when you start building the life you truly want. Because when you are calm, you are clear. You make the right choices. You stay focused on what matters. You don't let distractions pull you away from your goals. You stay steady, strong, and in control. This is your power, and it starts right now. No more reacting. No more letting emotions take over. No more giving away control. From now on, you respond. You think before you act. You keep your mind steady, and you take full command of your life. Chapter 2. Train your mind and respond with absolute clarity. Training your mind to respond with absolute clarity is the difference between being controlled by circumstances and taking full charge of your life. Most people react impulsively, driven by emotions, habits, and external pressure. But those who rise above the noise, who make the best decisions, who achieve the greatest success, these are the ones who have trained their minds to respond with precision and focus. They do not waste energy on pointless reactions. They do not get lost in confusion or doubt. They see things clearly and act with purpose. Clarity is not something you are born with. It is something you develop. And it starts with training your mind every single day. You must sharpen your thinking, strengthen your focus, and remove the mental clutter that keeps you from making the right choices. When your mind is clear, everything changes. You no longer feel overwhelmed. You no longer hesitate or second-guess yourself. You make decisions faster, smarter, and with full confidence. The first step to training your mind is mastering your thoughts. Most people let their minds wander all over the place. They jump from worry to frustration to doubt. They let negative thoughts run wild. But if you want clarity, you must take control of what goes on in your head. That means being intentional with your thinking. That means choosing where your focus goes. If your thoughts are scattered, your decisions will be weak. If your mind is clear, your responses will be powerful. Start by eliminating unnecessary thoughts. If something does not serve you, do not dwell on it. If a thought does not help you move forward, let it go. Many people waste time thinking about things that do not matter. They replay old mistakes. They worry about what others think. They overanalyze problems instead of finding solutions. This mental clutter slows them down. If you want absolute clarity, remove anything that does not contribute to your progress. The second step is learning how to slow down before you respond. Clarity is never found in a rushed decision. It comes from a place of focus and control. Many people speak or act without thinking, and later they regret it. They make choices based on emotions instead of logic. They say things they cannot take back. They react instead of responding. But when you train your mind, you create a moment of space before you act. That small pause is powerful. It allows you to assess the situation, think about the best response, and act with intention. Every time you feel pressure to respond quickly, remind yourself you are in control. Take a breath, focus, then respond. This one habit will change everything. It will make you a stronger leader, a better communicator, and a more confident decision maker. It will prevent you from making mistakes that come from acting too fast. When your response is intentional, it is always more effective. The third step is developing mental discipline. Clarity does not happen by accident. It is built through discipline and practice. You must train your mind the same way an athlete trains their body. That means feeding it the right information, challenging it to think deeper, and keeping it sharp at all times. The stronger your mental discipline, the clearer your thinking will be. Avoid distractions that cloud your judgment. Stay away from pointless arguments, time-wasting activities, and negativity. Surround yourself with people and ideas that challenge you to think better. Read, learn, and expand your understanding every day. When your mind is filled with valuable knowledge and strong principles, your responses will always be clear and powerful. The fourth step is knowing exactly what you stand for. Clarity comes from having a strong foundation. If you do not know your priorities, you will always feel uncertain. If you are not clear on your values, you will struggle to make the right choices. Take the time to define what truly matters to you. Know your goals, your standards, and your principles. When these are solid, your mind will be too. People who lack clarity often get lost in the opinions of others. They hesitate because they are afraid of making the wrong choice. But those who have trained their minds know exactly what they want. They do not need approval. They do not need reassurance. They trust their judgment because they have built it through discipline and self-awareness. The final step is staying calm under pressure. Clarity is tested in difficult moments. It is easy to think clearly when everything is going well, but true mental strength is shown when things go wrong. When challenges arise, when setbacks happen, when pressure builds, this is when you must stay steady. If your mind is trained, you will not panic. You will not be overwhelmed. You will stay focused, analyze the situation, and find the best course of action. This ability will set you apart. It will make you stronger, more capable, and more effective in everything you do. While others get lost in confusion, you will see the path forward. While others react emotionally, you will respond with clarity and precision. This is the mindset that leads to success. Training your mind is not something you do once. It is a lifelong process. But every day that you practice, you get sharper. Every time you choose clarity over confusion, you become stronger. And over time this skill will transform your life. You will no longer feel uncertain. You will no longer be controlled by emotions. You will move through life with confidence, knowing that every response you give is the right one. This is your power. Train your mind, remove the distractions, think with focus, respond with absolute clarity, and take control of your future. Chapter 3. Build unshakable patience and never lose control. Patience is not just about waiting. It is about staying in control while you wait. It is the ability to remain steady when things are not moving as fast as you want. It is the power to stay calm when challenges arise. Those who master patience do not break under pressure. They do not let frustration control them. They do not allow delays to weaken their focus. They stay strong, steady, and in command of themselves at all times. Most people struggle with patience because they expect instant results. They want things to happen immediately, and when they don't, they get frustrated. They let small inconveniences ruin their mood. They allow delays to make them doubt themselves. They give up too soon because they do not see progress fast enough. But real strength comes from those who refuse to be shaken by time, setbacks, or difficulties. Patience is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed. The first step is understanding that impatience is a form of weakness. It is the mind's way of seeking comfort instead of endurance. It is the habit of reacting instead of staying composed. When you recognize this, you start to see impatience for what it really is, a distraction that leads to poor decisions. It makes people quit before they reach success. It causes them to speak when they should stay silent. It pushes them to rush when they should wait. To build unshakable patience, you must first train your mind to resist frustration. The next time you feel impatience rising, do not let it take over. Pause. Breathe. Remind yourself that staying in control is more important than reacting to the moment. Every time you do this, you are strengthening your ability to remain calm, no matter what happens. Most of the time, impatience comes from focusing on what you cannot control. The traffic that is slowing you down, the results that are not coming fast enough, the person who is not doing what you expected. But the truth is, frustration does not change the situation. It only takes away your energy. Instead of getting irritated, shift your focus. Pay attention to what you can control: your attitude, your actions, and your mindset. One of the best ways to develop patience is to embrace challenges instead of resisting them. Every difficult moment is a chance to build strength. Every delay is an opportunity to train yourself to remain steady. The more you practice, the stronger you become. Over time, you will notice that things that used to upset you no longer have power over you. You will stay focused when others lose control. You will keep moving forward when others give up. Another key to mastering patience is understanding the long game. Most things worth achieving take time, whether it is personal growth, financial success, or mastering a skill. Nothing great happens overnight. Impatient people fail because they expect quick results. When things take longer than they hoped, they get discouraged and quit. But those who succeed are the ones who stay the course. They trust the process. They keep going even when progress is slow. Patience also makes you a better decision maker. When you are in control of your emotions, you do not make choices out of frustration. You do not rush into things just because you feel pressure. You take your time. You think things through. And because of this, you avoid mistakes that others make in moments of impatience. This is what separates those who thrive from those who struggle. Developing patience is also about managing your expectations. Many people get frustrated because they expect everything to be easy. They assume things should happen on their timeline. But reality does not work that way. Challenges will come. Delays will happen. Things will take longer than you planned. When you accept this, you free yourself from unnecessary frustration. Instead of fighting reality, you work with it. Instead of resisting the process, you embrace it. Another powerful way to strengthen patience is to control your reactions in daily life. When you are waiting in a long line, do not let irritation take over. When someone speaks to you in a way you do not like, do not react emotionally. When something takes longer than you expected, do not let it ruin your day. Every time you choose patience over frustration, you become stronger. You train yourself to remain steady, no matter what happens. It is also important to surround yourself with people who have mastered patience. Look at those who have achieved real success. They are not the ones who gave up when things got hard. They are the ones who kept going, no matter how long it took. They are the ones who stayed calm when others lost control. Learn from them. Observe how they handle challenges. Adopt the mindset that allows them to stay strong. Patience does not mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means taking action while remaining composed. It means pushing forward without letting obstacles frustrate you. It means staying focused on your goal, no matter how long it takes. The moment you master this, you gain an advantage over everyone who lets impatience control them. The world belongs to those who can wait without losing their focus, to those who can face delays without doubting themselves, to those who can endure hardship without breaking. This is the power of patience. It is what keeps you strong when others fall apart. It is what allows you to stay steady in the face of uncertainty. And it is what ensures that no matter what happens, you never lose control. Build this power within yourself. Train your mind every day. Control your emotions in the smallest situations. Trust the process. Stay steady, and no matter what life throws at you, never lose control. Chapter 4. Strengthen your focus and stay calm under pressure. Focus is the foundation of success. It determines how effectively you use your time, energy, and attention. Without it, your mind drifts, distractions take over, and pressure breaks you. But when you strengthen your focus, you stay locked in on what truly matters. You keep moving forward, no matter what is happening around you. You remain calm, even when everything around you feels chaotic. This is a skill that must be built deliberately. It does not happen by accident. You must train your mind every single day to sharpen your concentration and remain steady under pressure. Most people lose focus because they let external distractions dictate their attention. They jump from one task to another. They let notifications, conversations, and interruptions break their momentum. They allow stress to scatter their thoughts. But true focus comes from within. It is a decision to take control of your mind instead of letting outside forces control you. The moment you understand this, you begin to build unshakable mental strength. The first step to strengthening focus is eliminating unnecessary distractions. Every day, there are things competing for your attention. Some are important, but most are not. If you do not filter them out, they will pull you away from what truly matters. Identify the biggest distractions in your life and remove them. If your phone is stealing your attention, put it on silent or keep it in another room while working. If social media is consuming your time, set limits on how often you check it. If certain conversations drain your energy, avoid them. Every distraction you eliminate strengthens your ability to concentrate. The second step is training your mind to resist unnecessary thoughts. Many people struggle with focus because their minds are filled with worries, doubts, and overthinking. They start a task but get lost in unrelated thoughts. They allow stress to cloud their judgment. But focus is a skill that must be built through discipline. When your mind drifts, bring it back. If you catch yourself thinking about something irrelevant, redirect your attention to the present moment. This is how you train your mind to stay locked in, no matter what is happening around you. Another key to staying focused under pressure is learning how to manage stress. Pressure is not the problem, your response to it is. Many people let stress overwhelm them, causing their focus to shatter. They rush through tasks, make impulsive decisions, or freeze up entirely. But those who remain calm under pressure understand that stress is just energy. They know how to control it instead of letting it control them. The next time you feel pressure building, take a deep breath. Slow down, remind yourself that staying composed is your greatest advantage. Pressure only breaks those who let it. One of the best ways to strengthen focus is to develop a deep sense of purpose. When you are clear on why you are doing something, it is easier to stay committed. If you lack purpose, distractions will seem more tempting. Doubts will take hold, you will find reasons to stop. But when you have a powerful reason behind your actions, you will not allow anything to pull you away from your goal. Remind yourself daily of what you are working toward and why it matters. When your purpose is strong, your focus will be too. Another critical habit is structuring your environment for focus. Your surroundings affect your ability to concentrate more than you realize. If your space is cluttered, your mind will feel scattered. If you are constantly interrupted, your ability to stay locked in will weaken. Set up your environment so that it supports deep focus. Work in a clean, organized space. Set boundaries with people around you. Create a system that allows you to concentrate without unnecessary distractions. To maintain focus under pressure, you must also master your emotional state. Many people lose focus because their emotions take over. They get frustrated, anxious, or impatient, and their ability to think clearly disappears. But emotional control is a skill that can be trained. When a difficult situation arises, do not let it throw you off balance. Stay calm, look at the situation objectively. Focus on what you can control. The more you train yourself to stay steady, the less external pressure will affect you. Another way to build unshakable focus is to strengthen your ability to work in deep concentration. Most people do not realize how much time they waste switching between tasks. Every time you jump from one thing to another, you lose momentum. To train your focus, set aside specific blocks of time to work on one task without interruption. Remove all distractions and commit fully to what you are doing. The more you practice deep concentration, the easier it becomes to maintain focus, even in high-pressure situations. You must also develop the habit of mental clarity. Many people struggle with focus because their minds are overloaded with information. They try to juggle too many things at once, and their ability to concentrate weakens. To stay sharp, simplify your mental space. Write down what is important, prioritize what truly matters. Clear out any unnecessary thoughts or tasks that do not serve your purpose. The more clarity you have, the easier it is to stay focused. Another powerful technique for maintaining focus is using controlled breathing. Your breath is directly connected to your mental state. When you feel overwhelmed, your breathing becomes shallow and your ability to concentrate decreases. But if you slow down your breathing, your mind becomes more steady. The next time you feel stress pulling your focus away, take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, hold it for a moment, then exhale fully. This simple practice will reset your mind and bring you back to full concentration. Your ability to stay calm under pressure also depends on how well you prepare. Many people panic in high-stress situations because they are not ready. They have not developed the skills, the knowledge or the mindset to handle challenges effectively. The more prepared you are, the less likely pressure will shake you. Train yourself in advance. Strengthen your skills, anticipate difficulties, and have a plan for how you will handle them. When you know you are ready, staying calm becomes natural. It is also important to remind yourself that pressure is an opportunity. Many people fear pressure because they see it as a threat. But those who succeed understand that pressure is what forces you to grow. It pushes you to perform at a higher level. It sharpens your thinking and strengthens your ability to handle challenges. Instead of fearing pressure, welcome it. See it as a chance to prove your strength. The more you embrace it, the less power it has over you. Focus and composure must be built over time. They are not things you develop overnight. Every day you have opportunities to train your mind. Every time you resist a distraction, you strengthen your focus. Every time you stay calm in a stressful situation, you reinforce your ability to remain steady. Over time, these small moments add up, turning you into someone who is unshakable. The ability to stay focused and calm is what separates those who succeed from those who struggle. It is what allows you to make clear decisions when others panic. It is what keeps you moving forward while others get lost in stress and distraction. Train yourself to stay locked in on what truly matters. Control your mind, master your emotions, strengthen your focus, and no matter what pressure comes your way, remain steady. This is how you rise above. Chapter 5. Take charge of your thoughts and master your reactions. Your thoughts shape your reality. Every decision, every action, every habit begins in your mind. If you do not control your thoughts, they will control you. If you do not master your reactions, you will become a prisoner of circumstances. But those who take charge of their thinking gain the power to shape their lives. They do not let negativity take root. They do not allow fear to stop them. They decide how to respond to every challenge, every setback, every moment of uncertainty. This is the power you must build within yourself. Most people go through life reacting without thinking. Something happens, and they immediately respond based on habit, emotion, or impulse. They let anger, frustration, or fear dictate their behavior. They say things they regret. They make decisions they later wish they could take back. But true strength comes from learning to pause before reacting, to take control instead of being controlled, to respond with clarity instead of emotion. The first step to mastering your reactions is recognizing that you always have a choice. No matter what happens, you decide how to respond. No one can force you to react with anger. No situation can make you feel frustrated unless you allow it. The moment you understand this, you take back your power. You stop blaming circumstances. You stop giving control to external events. You take full responsibility for your mind, your emotions, and your actions. Every reaction begins with a thought. If your thoughts are chaotic, your reactions will be chaotic. If your mind is filled with doubt, hesitation, and negativity, your decisions will reflect that. But when your thoughts are clear, strong, and focused, your actions will follow. This is why controlling your thinking is the foundation of mastering your reactions. To take charge of your thoughts, you must become aware of them. Most people are not conscious of their thinking. Their minds run on autopilot, filled with old patterns, assumptions, and fears. But if you want to master your reactions, you must train yourself to observe your thoughts. Pay attention to what is running through your mind throughout the day. Are your thoughts helping you stay calm and focused, or are they making you anxious and reactive? Once you become aware of your thoughts, you must train yourself to shift them. If a thought weakens you, replace it with one that strengthens you. If your mind tells you that a situation is stressful, remind yourself that pressure is an opportunity to grow. If a negative thought arises, do not let it take over. Redirect your focus to something productive. This is not about ignoring reality. It is about choosing thoughts that put you in control instead of making you a victim of your circumstances. Another critical step is learning to pause before reacting. Most people do not give themselves time to think before they respond. They let emotions take over. They act without considering the consequences. But those who have true control always pause before they react. They take a breath. They allow themselves a moment to think, and in that moment, they decide how to respond in the best way possible. Pausing before reacting is a skill that must be developed. At first it will be difficult. Your mind will try to pull you back into old habits. You will feel the urge to respond immediately. But if you train yourself to wait, even for a few seconds, you create space for better decisions. You gain control over your emotions instead of letting them control you. One of the biggest reasons people react poorly is because they let external events dictate their inner state. They allow someone else's words to trigger them. They let unexpected situations make them anxious. They give too much power to things outside of their control. But true mastery comes from learning to separate yourself from external events. No matter what happens around you, you remain steady. You do not let situations determine your mood. You do not allow other people's negativity to affect your mindset. You remain in command of yourself at all times. A powerful way to take charge of your thoughts is to ask yourself better questions. Instead of reacting emotionally, train yourself to analyze the situation logically. When faced with a challenge, instead of thinking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How can I handle this in the best way possible?" Instead of thinking, "This is frustrating," ask, "What is the smartest way to respond?" Questions shape your thinking. When you ask better questions, you gain better answers, and better answers lead to better reactions. You must also train yourself to recognize emotional triggers. Everyone has certain situations that tend to provoke an immediate reaction. It could be a certain type of criticism, a specific challenge, or a recurring frustration. The key to mastering your reactions is identifying these triggers in advance. Once you know what situations tend to set you off, you can prepare for them. You can train yourself to respond differently. You can decide in advance how you will handle them with clarity instead of emotion. A strong mind is one that does not allow temporary emotions to dictate long-term decisions. Many people ruin opportunities because they react based on a fleeting feeling. They allow a moment of anger to destroy a relationship. They let a moment of frustration lead to a poor choice. But those who succeed know how to separate emotions from decisions. They understand that feelings come and go, but the consequences of actions remain. One of the best ways to gain control over your reactions is to practice responding with intentionality in daily life. Every day you have countless opportunities to train yourself. The next time someone says something that irritates you, pause before responding. The next time you feel the urge to react emotionally, take a breath and think. The next time a situation does not go as planned, remind yourself that you control your response. Another key principle is to focus on long-term outcomes rather than short-term emotions. Many people react based on how they feel in the moment, rather than thinking about the bigger picture. But when you train yourself to focus on what truly matters, your reactions become more controlled. You do not let temporary frustrations pull you off course. You do not allow small challenges to dictate your mindset. You stay locked in on what is truly important. Developing this level of control takes time and effort, but the rewards are immense. When you master your reactions, you gain an advantage in every area of life. You become more respected, because people see that you do not let emotions control you. You become more reliable, because you make decisions based on wisdom, not impulse. You become more powerful because no one can shake you or throw you off balance. This is not about suppressing emotions. It is about understanding them, managing them, and responding in a way that serves you instead of hurts you. It is about knowing when to speak and when to stay silent, when to act and when to wait, when to let something go and when to address it with clarity. True power comes from within. It is not about controlling the world around you. It is about mastering yourself. The more you train your mind, the stronger you become. The more you take charge of your thoughts, the clearer your decisions will be. And the more you master your reactions, the more control you will have over your life. This is the path to true strength. Take full control of your mind. Train yourself every day. Choose your responses instead of reacting on impulse. And no matter what happens, remain steady. This is how you rise above every challenge and take command of your future. Chapter 6. Slow down your mind and make powerful decisions. When your mind is racing, decisions become rushed and unclear. A mind that moves too fast struggles to see the full picture. It reacts instead of thinking. It jumps to conclusions instead of analyzing the situation. Slowing down your mind is not about doing less. It's about thinking better. It's about removing distractions, sharpening your focus, and making choices with absolute clarity. Most mistakes come from rushed thinking. People make poor decisions when they are overwhelmed, stressed, or pressured. They respond emotionally instead of logically. They act without considering the consequences. But those who succeed in life understand the importance of slowing down. They know that a clear mind leads to better choices. They do not allow urgency to push them into reckless decisions. They take control of their thoughts, ensuring that every choice is made with intention and purpose. To slow down your mind, you must first eliminate mental clutter. Your brain is constantly processing information, but not all of it is useful. Social media, endless notifications, constant distractions, these things overload your mind and make it difficult to think clearly. When your mind is filled with too much noise, your ability to focus weakens. You find yourself making impulsive decisions because your thoughts are scattered. The first step to making powerful decisions is clearing out what does not serve you. You must train yourself to focus on what truly matters. Many people waste energy worrying about things outside of their control. They overthink the past. They stress about the future. They allow small distractions to steal their attention. But a disciplined mind does not entertain useless thoughts. It focuses only on what is important. It prioritizes what needs to be done and ignores what does not. When you control what you focus on, you regain control of your thinking. A powerful mind is not a busy mind. It is a focused mind. Many believe that constantly thinking and analyzing means they are being productive. But excessive mental activity often leads to confusion, not clarity. Overthinking creates hesitation. It makes decisions feel more complicated than they actually are. The solution is to slow down, simplify and focus on what is essential. One of the most effective ways to slow down your mind is through deep breathing. When you are overwhelmed, your thoughts become rapid and scattered. But when you take slow, deep breaths, your nervous system calms down. Your mind begins to settle. Your ability to think clearly improves. This is why high-performing individuals, leaders, athletes, and those who thrive under pressure Practice controlled breathing. It keeps them focused. It prevents stress from clouding their judgment. It allows them to make decisions with a clear and steady mind. Another essential step is learning to pause before making a decision. Rushed choices often lead to regret. When faced with an important decision, take a moment to step back. Analyze the situation from different angles. Consider the long-term impact. Do not let short-term emotions influence a choice that will affect your future. A strong decision maker does not act on impulse. They evaluate, reflect, and then choose the best path forward. To strengthen your decision-making, practice slowing down your reactions in daily life. The next time you feel the urge to respond immediately, whether in a conversation, an argument, or a stressful situation, stop yourself. Give your mind time to process the information. Ask yourself, what is the best response? What outcome do I want? How can I handle this situation in the smartest way possible? This habit trains your mind to operate with clarity, instead of reacting emotionally. Mental discipline is key to slowing down your mind. You must take control of your internal dialogue. If your mind is constantly jumping from one thought to another, bring it back. If you find yourself caught in unproductive thinking, shift your focus. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you train it to stay focused, the stronger it becomes. One of the greatest strengths in decision-making is the ability to separate emotion from logic. Emotions are powerful, but they should not dictate your choices. Many people make poor decisions because they allow temporary emotions to control them. They choose based on fear, frustration, or excitement rather than clear reasoning. But those who slow down their minds understand that emotions are temporary, while decisions have lasting consequences. They acknowledge their feelings but do not let them take over. They analyze situations based on facts, principles, and long-term impact. When you slow down your mind, you gain control over time. Most people feel rushed, constantly pressured to make quick decisions. But those who master their thinking do not allow external pressure to dictate their actions. They understand that true power comes from patience, not haste. They do not react out of urgency. They respond with strategy. This level of control requires practice. You must train yourself to slow down even when everything around you is moving fast. When challenges arise, take a breath. When pressure builds, step back and reassess. When faced with a decision, resist the urge to rush. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Another way to improve decision-making is by seeking clarity before taking action. Uncertainty creates stress, and stress leads to poor choices. But when you take the time to gather information, analyze options, and weigh consequences, you make choices from a place of strength. This does not mean delaying decisions unnecessarily. It means making sure that your choices are based on logic, not impulse. To slow down your mind and make better decisions, you must also remove unnecessary urgency. Many people feel pressure to respond instantly. They believe they must always have an answer, always have a plan, always be moving forward. But true strength lies in knowing when to wait. Some of the most powerful decisions require time. If a choice is important, do not rush it. Give yourself the space to think. Your ability to make powerful decisions also depends on your environment. If you are constantly surrounded by distractions, your mind will struggle to slow down. If you are always reacting to outside noise, you will never have the space to think clearly. This is why successful individuals prioritize quiet time. They remove distractions. They create space for deep thinking. They understand that the best decisions come from a place of focus, not chaos. The quality of your decisions determines the quality of your life. Every choice you make shapes your future. Small decisions may seem insignificant, but over time they create momentum. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle is not luck. It is the ability to make consistently strong choices. This is why slowing down your mind is essential. It allows you to see beyond the moment. It helps you make decisions that align with your goals. It prevents regret and ensures that every choice you make moves you closer to success. The world moves fast, but you do not have to. While others react impulsively, you will respond with intention. While others rush, you will move with purpose. While others allow distractions to control them, you will remain focused. Mastering this skill gives you an edge in every area of life. It allows you to navigate challenges with confidence. It enables you to make choices that lead to real success. It puts you in full control of your mind and your future. Slow down, think clearly, make powerful decisions. This is how you take command of your life and move forward with strength. Chapter 8. Own your responses and never let emotions rule you. Your emotions are powerful, but they should never be in control of you. If you let your feelings dictate your responses, you give away your power. You allow temporary emotions to make permanent decisions. You let frustration, anger, or fear drive your actions instead of logic, strategy, and self-control. But if you own your responses, if you refuse to let emotions rule you, you gain control over every situation. You make better choices. You handle challenges with a clear mind. You remain unshaken, no matter what happens. Too many people act based on their emotions without thinking about the consequences. They get angry and say things they regret. They get frustrated and quit too soon. They let fear stop them from taking necessary steps. And then, when the emotion fades, they are left with regret. But those who take charge of their responses do not allow feelings to dictate their actions. They recognize their emotions, but do not let them take over. They understand that real strength comes from responding with wisdom, not reacting impulsively. If you want to master your emotions, you must first recognize that feelings are temporary. Anger does not last forever. Fear will pass. Frustration fades. But the choices you make in those moments can have lasting effects. One emotional reaction can damage relationships, destroy opportunities, and lead to poor decisions. This is why self-control is essential. Instead of reacting immediately, step back. Give yourself space to process what you are feeling before responding. This is how you ensure that your choices are based on reason, not impulse. To take full ownership of your responses, you must develop self-awareness. Many people go through life controlled by their emotions without even realizing it. They react out of habit. They assume their feelings are facts. But a disciplined mind questions its emotions. It asks, why am I feeling this way? Is this feeling helping me or hurting me? What is the best way to respond? By asking these questions, you separate yourself from the emotion. You become the observer, not the victim. You take control. Another key to mastering your responses is pausing before you react. When something upsets you, do not respond immediately. Give yourself time to think. Even a few seconds of pause can change everything. In those moments, shift your focus from emotion to logic. Ask yourself, what outcome do I want? How can I respond in a way that benefits me? How do I handle this with strength and control? When you train yourself to pause, you give yourself the power to choose your response instead of reacting out of emotion. Discipline is the foundation of emotional control. If you allow yourself to react impulsively, you are training your mind to be weak. But if you commit to responding with thoughtfulness and intention, you build a powerful mindset. Every time you resist the urge to react emotionally, you strengthen your ability to stay in control. Every time you choose calm over chaos, you reinforce the habit of self-mastery. One of the greatest skills you can develop is the ability to remain calm in the face of provocation. There will always be situations that test your patience. People will say things to upset you. Challenges will arise that trigger frustration. Unexpected events will attempt to throw you off balance. But the person who owns their responses does not allow external circumstances to dictate their internal state. They remain composed, no matter what is happening around them. They choose their response instead of allowing their emotions to take control. To strengthen this ability, practice emotional discipline in daily life. When you feel irritation rising, resist the urge to react immediately. When someone says something that triggers you, stay calm instead of snapping back. When challenges test your patience, remind yourself that you are in control of how you respond. The more you practice, the stronger you become. Over time, staying composed becomes second nature. Another way to master your responses is by shifting your focus. Emotions gain power when you dwell on them. The more you think about what made you angry, the angrier you become. The more you focus on your fears, the stronger they grow. But if you redirect your focus to logic, solutions, and long-term outcomes, emotions lose their grip on you. Instead of feeding into frustration, focus on problem solving. Instead of dwelling on fear, take action despite it. Instead of reacting to negativity, shift your mind toward what is productive. Your ability to control your focus determines your ability to control your emotions. Your environment also plays a role in emotional control. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, it will be harder to stay composed. If you allow toxic people to influence you, emotional reactions will become a habit. But if you create an environment that promotes self-discipline, you strengthen your ability to remain in control. Surround yourself with people who encourage growth. Remove distractions that trigger unnecessary stress. Build habits that reinforce emotional stability. The stronger your environment, the easier it becomes to own your responses. Another key to mastering emotional control is detachment. Many people react emotionally because they take everything personally. They feel attacked when someone criticizes them. They feel offended when things do not go their way. But those who take ownership of their responses understand that not everything deserves a reaction. They recognize that other people's words and actions are often a reflection of them, not of you. They do not let external negativity affect their internal state. If someone insults you, you have two choices: react emotionally and let their words affect you, or stay composed and remain in control. If a situation frustrates you, you can either let it ruin your mood or handle it with logic and patience. The choice is always yours. No one can control your response except you. No circumstance can force you to react a certain way unless you allow it. Owning your responses means recognizing that you always have the power to choose how you react. Another mistake people make is allowing emotions to dictate decisions. When emotions run high, thinking becomes clouded. Fear leads to hesitation. Frustration leads to poor choices. Impulsivity leads to regret. But strong decision makers understand that emotions should be acknowledged, but not followed blindly. They separate their feelings from their logic. They analyze situations objectively before making choices. They do not let a temporary emotion decide their long-term direction. To ensure emotions do not dictate your choices, develop the habit of stepping back before making a decision. If you feel a strong emotion, do not act immediately. Give yourself time to gain perspective. Ask yourself, am I making this choice based on logic or emotion? Will this decision benefit me in the long run? What is the smartest course of action? By doing this, you prevent emotions from leading you down the wrong path. Owning your responses also means taking responsibility for them. Many people blame others for their reactions. They say, "They made me angry," or "I had no choice but to react that way." But the truth is, no one controls your emotions except you. No situation forces you to react a certain way. You always have a choice. Taking full responsibility for your responses is one of the most powerful things you can do. It means refusing to blame others. It means recognizing that no matter what happens, you decide how you respond. Building emotional discipline takes time, but it is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. It allows you to navigate challenges with clarity. It strengthens your ability to handle pressure. It gives you the power to remain unshaken in any situation. The more you practice, the stronger you become. And once you own your responses, nothing and no one can take that power away from you. No matter what happens, remember this: you are always in control of how you respond. Never let emotions rule you. Never let frustration, fear, or anger make decisions for you. Always choose logic over impulse. Always choose composure over chaos. Always own your responses and stay in command of your mind. Chapter 9. Develop strong discipline and remove emotional weakness. Discipline is the foundation of strength. Without it, emotions will control you. Weakness will take over. Decisions will be driven by impulse instead of intelligence. Success will always seem out of reach. But with discipline, you gain the ability to rise above temporary feelings, push through resistance, and take control of your actions. You build resilience. You develop the ability to stay focused no matter what happens around you. Emotional weakness is what keeps people stuck. It is the reason so many fail to follow through on their goals. They let discomfort stop them. They give in to the urge to quit when things get hard. They allow self-doubt, fear, and frustration to dictate their choices. But those who develop strong discipline refuse to be controlled by their emotions. They do not let feelings determine their level of effort. They do what must be done, regardless of how they feel in the moment. To remove emotional weakness, you must first understand what it looks like. It appears when you allow excuses to take over. It shows up when you procrastinate instead of taking action. It is present when you seek comfort over progress. But once you recognize it, you have the power to eliminate it. You can replace it with strength, with persistence, with an unshakable mindset that does not bend to temporary emotions. Developing discipline requires a shift in mindset. Many believe that motivation is the key to success, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. It cannot be counted on. Discipline, however, is permanent. It is the ability to do what is necessary even when you do not feel like it. It is waking up early when you would rather sleep in. It is staying committed to your goals even when progress feels slow. It is refusing to let short-term comfort take priority over long-term achievement. If you want to build discipline, you must stop negotiating with yourself. Weakness grows when you allow excuses to win. When you say, "Just this once, I will take it easy," you make it easier to quit the next time. But when you decide that your goals are non-negotiable, you strengthen your mind. You stop waiting to feel ready. You take action regardless of your emotions. This is how discipline is built, through consistency, through repetition, through refusing to back down. Another way to develop discipline is by setting clear rules for yourself. Do not rely on willpower alone. Create non-negotiable standards that you follow no matter what. If you decide to exercise every morning, do not allow yourself to skip a day just because you do not feel like it. If you commit to working on your goals, Do not let distractions pull you away. Strong discipline comes from making decisions in advance and sticking to them, even when it is inconvenient. To eliminate emotional weakness, you must also learn to embrace discomfort. Many people avoid challenges because they fear struggle. They want the easy path. They seek shortcuts. But strength is only built through resistance. The more you expose yourself to difficulty, the more resilient you become. Instead of avoiding discomfort, lean into it. Train yourself to push forward even when things are hard. This is how mental toughness is developed, by facing challenges head-on instead of running from them. Discipline also requires controlling your thoughts. If you constantly allow negativity to fill your mind, weakness will take over. Doubt will grow. Fear will hold you back. But if you train your mind to focus on solutions, on possibilities, on what is within your control, you develop the mental strength to overcome any obstacle. Every time you catch yourself thinking in a way that promotes weakness, shift your focus. Replace doubt with determination. Replace fear with confidence. Your thoughts shape your reality, so choose thoughts that empower you. Consistency is another key to building discipline. Many people start strong but fail to continue. They put in effort for a few days, but when they do not see immediate results, they stop. They expect success to come quickly, and when it does not, they lose motivation. But true discipline is about long-term commitment. It is about showing up every single day, regardless of the results. Those who succeed are not the ones who work hard occasionally. They are the ones who refuse to quit, no matter how long it takes. If you want to remove emotional weakness, you must also stop seeking validation from others. Many people allow their emotions to be controlled by external opinions. They base their confidence on how others perceive them. They let criticism discourage them. They need constant approval to feel motivated. But if you depend on others for validation, you will always be emotionally weak. True discipline comes from within. It is built on self-respect, on personal standards, on an internal drive that does not waver based on outside opinions. Discipline also means eliminating distractions. Many people struggle with self-control because they constantly allow themselves to be pulled away from their priorities. They waste time on meaningless activities. They let social media, entertainment, and other distractions consume their focus. But those who develop strong discipline are intentional with their time. They remove anything that does not serve their goals. They create an environment that supports their success. Another important aspect of eliminating emotional weakness is learning to control impulses. Many make decisions based on immediate gratification instead of long-term success. They eat unhealthy food because it tastes good in the moment. They skip workouts because they do not feel like exercising. They procrastinate because relaxing feels better than working. But those who master discipline do not let short-term desires control them. They prioritize what is right over what is easy. They train themselves to resist temptations that do not align with their goals. If you struggle with self-discipline, start by making small commitments and following through. Build the habit of doing what you say you will do. If you say you will wake up early, get up when the alarm goes off. If you say you will complete a task, finish it. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your discipline. Over time, these small habits build into unshakable self-control. Another way to remove emotional weakness is by developing a strong sense of purpose. When you have a clear reason for why you are doing something, it becomes easier to stay disciplined. If your goal is vague, if you do not have a deep reason behind it, you will be more likely to give up. But when your purpose is strong, when you are driven by something greater than temporary comfort, you will stay committed. Find your reason, Connect with the deeper purpose behind your goals. Let that purpose drive your discipline. Self-respect is another factor in eliminating emotional weakness. When you respect yourself, you do not allow weakness to dictate your choices. You do not lower your standards. You do not let laziness take over. You hold yourself to a higher level of discipline because you know you deserve better. If you struggle with discipline, ask yourself, do my daily actions reflect self-respect? Am I making choices that align with my highest potential? If not, commit to changing. Hold yourself accountable. Demand more from yourself. To develop true discipline, you must also remove the victim mindset. Many people fail because they blame external factors for their lack of progress. They say they do not have enough time, enough support, enough resources. They believe their circumstances are stopping them. But discipline means taking full responsibility. It means understanding that no excuse is valid. It means refusing to let obstacles stop you. No matter what challenges exist, there is always a way forward. Discipline is about finding that way and pushing through. Finally, strong discipline requires patience. Many give up too soon because they expect results overnight. They want immediate rewards, and when they do not get them, they stop trying. But discipline is about the long game. It is about committing to the process, no matter how long it takes. Those who succeed are not the ones who work hard for a few days or weeks. They are the ones who stay consistent for months, for years, for as long as it takes. Removing emotional weakness and building discipline is not easy, but it is necessary. It is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who do not. It is what allows you to take full control of your life. No matter how you feel in the moment, always choose discipline. Always choose strength over weakness. Always choose long-term success over temporary comfort. When you commit to this mindset, nothing will be able to stop you. Chapter 10. Stay powerful under stress and lead with confidence. Staying powerful under stress is not about avoiding pressure, but about mastering it. Challenges will always come, and high-stress situations will test you. But how you handle them determines your strength. Those who crumble under pressure never reach their full potential. Those who learn to remain calm, focused, and confident in the face of stress rise to the top. The first step in staying powerful under stress is understanding that stress itself is not the problem. It is how you respond to it that matters. Many allow stress to consume them because they see it as something negative, something that should not be happening. But stress is a part of life. The strongest individuals are not those who never feel pressure, but those who train themselves to perform under it. Confidence is built through preparation. If you want to stay powerful under stress, you must prepare for it before it arrives. The more you train yourself to handle difficult situations, the stronger you become. Think about athletes. They do not just practice when it is easy. They train under the most demanding conditions so that when the real challenge comes, they are ready. You must do the same. Expose yourself to controlled pressure. Take on challenges that push you beyond your comfort zone. Strength is developed through adversity, and confidence is earned through consistent preparation. Another key to leading with confidence under stress is controlling your mind. Stress often feels overwhelming because the mind amplifies it. Negative thoughts multiply, doubts grow, and fear takes over. But you are in control of what you focus on. If you let stress dictate your thoughts, it will weaken you. If you train your mind to stay focused on solutions, on opportunities, on what you can control, stress loses its power. Every challenge presents two choices. You can let it break you, or you can let it sharpen you. The choice is yours. When stress hits, Slow down. Many make the mistake of reacting too quickly under pressure. They rush decisions, let emotions take over, and end up making choices they regret. Power comes from patience. When you feel stress rising, take a deep breath, ground yourself, give yourself space to think. The ability to stay calm in high-pressure situations separates leaders from followers. It allows you to make clear, strategic decisions instead of impulsive ones. The strongest minds are not those that never feel stress, but those that remain composed in the middle of it. Physical control is just as important as mental control. Your body reacts to stress in ways that can weaken you if you do not manage it. Increased heart rate, shallow breathing, muscle tension, all of these can drain your strength. But they can also be controlled. Deep, intentional breathing slows the heart rate, calms the mind, and brings clarity. Good posture projects confidence, not only to others but to yourself. When stress rises, stand tall, breathe deeply, and maintain strong body language. Your physical state influences your mental state. Master both. Another powerful way to handle stress is by shifting your perspective. Many see stress as a sign that something is wrong. They panic, believing they cannot handle it. But what if you saw stress as a sign that you are growing? What if you viewed pressure as an opportunity to prove your strength? The most successful people do not fear stress, they embrace it. They see it as fuel, as a challenge to overcome, as proof that they are pushing themselves beyond their limits. When you shift your mindset from fearing stress to using it, you become unstoppable. Confidence under stress also comes from experience. The more challenges you face, the more resilient you become. Every time you push through a difficult situation, you build a stronger version of yourself. Look back at the times you thought you would break, but didn't. The moments that tested you, but you overcame. Those experiences are proof that you are capable of handling whatever comes next. Use them as reminders that stress does not control you, you control how you respond to it. Another critical aspect of staying powerful under stress is emotional discipline. Many people let their emotions control their responses. They get angry, frustrated, or overwhelmed, and instead of handling the situation with strength, they react impulsively. But leaders do not let emotions dictate their actions. They acknowledge their feelings, but do not let them take over. Emotional discipline means staying logical, clear-headed, and in control, no matter how intense the situation gets. When you master your emotions, you master stress. To lead with confidence, you must also eliminate the need for external validation. Many people struggle under stress because they are worried about how others perceive them. They want approval, they fear judgment, and they let outside opinions influence their decisions. But confidence does not come from what others think. It comes from within. When you truly believe in yourself, external pressure loses its grip. You stop seeking approval and start making decisions based on strength, not fear. Managing stress and leading with confidence also requires a strong foundation of self-care. You cannot expect to handle high-pressure situations if you are constantly exhausted, unprepared, and running on empty. Your physical and mental state are directly connected. Prioritize rest, nutrition, and exercise. Strengthen your body to strengthen your mind. Build daily habits that support resilience. A weak foundation will crumble under stress, but a strong one will stand firm. Another key to staying powerful under stress is simplifying your focus. Stress often feels overwhelming because people try to tackle too much at once. They let their minds race in 100 different directions, which leads to paralysis. The solution is clarity. Focus on one thing at a time. Break challenges down into manageable steps. Instead of letting stress consume you, take control by simplifying your approach. Confidence grows when you know exactly what needs to be done and take action on it. To lead with confidence, you must also develop an unshakable belief in yourself. Doubt weakens you. If you do not trust your own decisions, stress will always control you. But when you cultivate strong self-belief, you move with certainty. You make decisions without hesitation. You do not second-guess yourself. Confidence is not arrogance. It is knowing that you have what it takes to handle any challenge. Build that belief through preparation, through experience, through proving to yourself over and over again that you are capable. Lastly, remember that true leadership under stress is not about controlling everything. It is about controlling yourself. Many people crumble under pressure because they try to force situations to go their way. But real power comes from adaptability. It comes from knowing that while you cannot control every external factor, you can always control your mindset, your actions, and your decisions. That is where true strength lies. Staying powerful under stress is not about never feeling pressure. It is about knowing how to rise above it. It is about training yourself to stay calm, focused, and decisive when others panic. It is about leading with confidence, not because stress does not exist, but because you have mastered your ability to handle it. Strength is built in the moments when stress is high, when pressure is overwhelming, when everything feels uncertain, but you remain unshaken. That is what makes a true leader. That is what makes you powerful.